What if I told you that one simple online message completely changed the lives of two people who lived 1,000 miles apart? Sounds impossible, right? But stories like this happen more often than we think. And today, I want to share one of those stories. So, this story is about a Filipina named Anna and an American named Michael. They didn't grow up in the same country. They didn't speak the same way. They had completely different cultures, different traditions, and very different lifestyles. Anna grew up in a small town in the Philippines where life was simple. She was surrounded by nature, knew almost everyone in the neighborhood, and was raised to value family above everything else. Weekends were spent with relatives, meals were shared together, and helping one another was just a normal part of everyday life. Michael, on the other hand, grew up in the United States. He was used to a fast-paced lifestyle. Most of his days were spent working, driving from one place to another, and taking care of things on his own. His life was comfortable, but sometimes it felt like everyone was always busy. Now here's the interesting part. Out of all the people in the world, these two somehow started talking online. It wasn't anything romantic at first. They were simply getting to know each other. Day after day, their conversations became longer. They started sharing stories about their daily lives. Anna would tell Michael about waking up early, helping around the house, buying vegetables at the local market, and spending afternoons with her family. Meanwhile, Michael would share what life was like in America. His work, the changing seasons, road trips, and the places he had visited. The more they talked, the more they realized just how different their words really were. There were moments when Michael couldn't believe the stories Anna was telling. He was amazed that fresh coconuts could simply be picked from a tree. He found it surprising that many Filipino families enjoyed eating together almost every day. Even something as simple as neighbors dropping by without calling first was completely new to him. At the same time, Anna was also learning new things. She was curious about snow because she had never seen it in real life. She was fascinated by how far people in America drove just to get to work. Every conversation became a chance to learn something new. Eventually, after months of talking, Michael decided to visit the Philippines. Now imagine how nervous Anna must have been. She kept wondering if he would enjoy her hometown. Would he think it was too simple? Would he get bored? Would he miss the city? But when Michael finally arrived, something unexpected happened. Instead of looking for luxury, he appreciated the simple things. He loved walking through quiet roads surrounded by trees. He enjoyed eating fresh mangoes, drinking coconut juice, and trying local food. He even said that the peaceful atmosphere was something he hadn't experienced in a very long time. That made Anna realize something. Sometimes the things we think that are ordinary are actually extraordinary to someone seeing them for the first time. Of course, their relationship wasn't perfect. Like every couple, they had misunderstandings. Sometimes it wasn't because someone was wrong. It was simply because they grew up differently. For example, Anna was used to spending lots of time with family. Michael respected that, but he also valued having quiet time to himself. At first, they didn't always understand each other's habits. There were moments when small misunderstandings happened, but instead of letting those misunderstandings grow into arguments, they chose to understand each other. They listened, they asked questions, they learned to see things from each other's perspective, and honestly, I think that's one of the biggest lessons from their story. Being from different countries doesn't automatically make a relationship difficult. It's refusing to understand each other that makes it difficult. Here's another thing I found really interesting. When Michael stayed with Anna's family, he noticed how welcoming everyone was. He wasn't treated like a stranger. He was invited to eat, to laugh, and to spend time with everyone. That kind of warmth left a lasting impression on him. For him, it wasn't about expensive vacations or fancy places. It was the feeling of being accepted that meant the most. And Anna also grew because of the relationship. She became more confident. She learned to express her thoughts more openly. She became more comfortable communicating whenever something was bothering her instead of keeping everything to herself. Michael also changed. He learned to slow down. He learned to appreciate simple mornings. He discovered that happiness doesn't always come from having more. Sometimes it comes from appreciating what's already around you. And I think that's why this story is so beautiful. It isn't just about a Filipina and an American falling in love. It's about two people discovering that even though they came from different worlds, kindness, respect, patience, and understanding speak the same language everywhere. At the end of the day, relationships aren't built because two people are exactly alike. They're built because two people are willing to learn from each other every single day. And who knows, maybe the next beautiful story starts with something as simple as one message, one reply, or one unexpected friendship that slowly turns into something much more. Sometimes, the greatest journey doesn't begin with a plane ticket. They begin with a simple hello. And that is the story. It just shows that sometimes two people from different countries can have different cultures and different ways of doing things. But with understanding, respect, and a little patience, they can build something really special together. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye and mabuhay. Bye-bye and mabuhay.